Hi, my name is Andrew Mears of Mears Property Inspections. First off, I just want to say thank you for the opportunity to be able to talk to you today. I've been in the construction industry for 20 years. For the past 13 years, I've been performing inspections in the North Dallas area. I've performed thousands of inspections in this area, and just over the course of that time, I've seen many things that are going to go wrong on a house. And my goal today is to be able to explain to you the top things that you're looking at the home with your client can save you unnecessary inspections on homes that potentially may have a lot of problems, and in return is going to make you look great as a real estate agent.
All right, number one, foundation. So the first thing people are always worried about in the North Texas area is the soil moving and the effects of that soil on the house's foundation, which is a legitimate concern, right? The first thing that you're going to pay attention to that anybody can look at would be the freeze boards on the corners of the home. Let me show you kind of what I'm looking at. So on this house in particular, you can see up here in the corner, these trim boards are called freeze boards. When the house starts to move, those freeze boards are going to want to start to pull apart, separate at the top. Currently, they're at a perfect 90-degree angle. What you're looking for is for those boards to be separating on that corner. When those boards start to separate, it shows that the soil is contracting and that house is beginning to move differentially in the downward movement. So once you've looked at the freeze boards, you're going to want to try to find a window brick connection point that's as close as you can next to that corner. What you're looking for is you're looking to see similar separation. So if I'm seeing separation on the corner of the house, I want to go to that area and I want to look at where the brick meets the window and I want to see if it's starting to separate. This one looks great. The caulking's all nice and there's no separation. But what you're going to be looking for is you're going to be looking at where the brick meets the window and you're going to be looking for separation to pull apart. That's going to be showing that this house is starting to move downward in this direction, which is going to cause the freeze boards to separate on the corner of the house. And then also it's going to cause this to separate right here next to the window. Some of the other things to consider with the foundation on the outside of the home is if you're starting to see movement, you're going to start to see diagonal stress cracks in the brick. You're going to see separation in the vertical brick expansion joints on the home. You're going to start to see other corners of the home that may have freeze board separation. On the interior of the home, you're going to be looking for diagonal stress cracks above the doors and windows, doors out of square in the frame. You may see cracks in the tile throughout the house. The biggest thing that you're going to want to pay attention to is if I'm seeing separation and movement on this corner of the house, I want to be able to go into the same areas of the home and look for consistent signs that are showing stress in that same area. Front bedroom and see if the doors are out of square or if the doors are rubbing on the upper frames or if there's stress cracks diagonally in the walls. Sometimes you may see vertical stress cracks in the walls or horizontal stress cracks in the walls. Most of the time with foundation related cracks, you're really looking for the diagonal cracks. All right, so let's say that you do see these signs when you're going to go look at a house for the first time. You love the home, you're excited about the home, you see some of these signs. It's not just an instant get worried and be concerned that this can't be the best home for your client. If the house does need some foundation work, that's still not the end of the world. It's a very common thing in this area. All right, last thing with the foundation is, let's say you go to a house and it's already had previous foundation repairs. You may see that it has freeze board separation, it has diagonal stress cracks, it has doors out of square. These are all things that could have occurred previously. The house has had previous foundation repairs and everything's fine now. That doesn't mean that it's not a great house. At this point, you just really need to find out who did the repairs. Is the company still in business? Is it a reputable company? You want to get a hold of the documentation to make sure to see what's been repaired on the house. Also, you're going to want to provide that information to your inspector. The inspector can look at the documentation so that when he goes to look at the house, he can make sure to look at it to see, where he's seeing movement is actually where the foundation repairs have occurred. There may also be additional movement in the house that may not have had previous foundation repairs that he's going to want to pay attention to.